Welcome to your Healed, Healthy, Happy 90-Day Transformation Program. This is your orientation module to set you up to get the most out of this program and the best results with your partner. Our promise is deeper love, intimacy, and happiness in 90 days or less.
And you cannot fail. We have a no-fail guarantee. If you do not get these results in 90 days or less, we will continue working with you for another 90 days until you're satisfied with your results.
While you have signed up for a relationship recovery program, you are getting so much more. The tools you're about to learn will have a profound impact on every area of your life. If you dig in, do the work, and get as much out of this program as possible, all of your relationships will look different. With your friends, your children, your parents, your boss, and your employees. As a result of what you're about to learn, it is more than likely your entire life will change for the better. Ours has for sure.
This is exciting. We will teach you to develop new positive habits right away. We'll show you how to experience a deep level of peace and playfulness. You will be encouraged to follow your big dreams. You'll learn to no longer be governed by the approval of others. You will be free to be completely authentic without worrying about what others will think about you or about your choices. Lastly, you'll become aware that it is you who are creating your own experience, including your relationship, and you will have the tools to design it any way you desire. Does that sound good?
I'm very familiar with failed relationships. Both my mother and father were married 8 times. Just imagine the amount of energy and time it takes to find a partner, merge your lives together, get married, go through the process of having it break down, get divorced, and begin again and again and again 8 times. It creates a world of chaos, instability, rejection, and fear for everyone involved. It appears that both my brother and I made a subconscious decision to only be married once. My brother and I both married our high school sweethearts. He has been married 40 years with a host of challenges I won't go into here. My husband of 33 years was a chronic, high-functioning closet alcoholic. Like all alcoholics, Tim's alcohol abuse escalated over the years, making the last 16 years of our marriage increasingly more challenging. As a result, I decided to learn everything I could about human behavior, addiction, and spirituality so I could grow and become as healthy and balanced as possible, regardless of my circumstances. Tim became my greatest teacher. For without his unhealthy, dysfunctional behaviors, I never would have gone on a quest for my own healing and happiness. I remain grateful for this man to this day. Now, Joe and I have been together for 4 years now. I've implemented all of the tools I learned during my relationship with Tim in my relationship with Joe. The results have been nothing short of magical, in my opinion. My relationship with Joe is so beautiful, passionate, fulfilling, fun, loving, safe, and adventurous. Everywhere we go, people comment about how obvious our love is for each other, or how they wish they had the relationship that Joe and I have. In the beginning of our relationship, I rated it a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. Well, listen, if that was a 10, then now, 4 years later, it's a 40 for me. I want the entire world to be able to enjoy the same loving experience Joe and I are having with each other, which is why I wrote Real Passion Revolution and why Joe and I have designed this powerful program for people like you. Research shows that the bonding hormones produced in the brain from the honeymoon stage wear off at around 2.5 years, and then conflict begins to arise. Traditional counseling teaches couples how to fight fair and how to compromise once the conflicts begin. What I have found in my relationship with Joe is that our honeymoon stage is getting better. Our love for each other is in a constant upward spiral. We have greater appreciation for each other. We are experiencing stronger passion. We have deeper trust and intimacy. We are more giving and eager to meet each other's needs and desires. And we are experiencing a consistency of freedom and fun after 4 years together. I believe that we're having this experience because of the tools you will be learning here in this program, which is why I am so excited that you have decided to join us in our Healed, Healthy, Happy 90-Day Transformation Program. We are defying research because we are doing something entirely different in our relationship than what 99% of couples are doing. I believe the depletion of the love hormone is because of the many destructive behaviors couples engage in, rather than some limit of the hormone's lifespan. We do not teach couples how to fight fair. We teach couples how to truly love each other, which eliminates fighting. Our form of love facilitates everything couples long for with their partners. You will learn this way of loving in each of the 6 modules in this program. Joe and I want to put an end to unhappy and failed relationships.
According to divorcestatistic.org, currently the divorce rate is around 50% for first marriages and 60 to 73% for second and third marriages. Now keep in mind that the failed marriage statistics don't include all of the failed relationships which were never legally married. These statistics also don't include all of the couples who are still together but miserable. Wouldn't you agree that those are failed relationships as well? I certainly wouldn't say that they are successful.
According to attorneys.com, when society changes, divorce changes. There are 3 major factors over the past half century that have contributed to the current divorce rate. Number 1, the no-fault divorce law implemented in the 1970s. Men and women no longer needed to prove abuse or infidelity to leave an unhappy marriage. Number 2, women becoming financially independent, creating financial freedom to choose to leave a miserable marriage. And number 3, social acceptance. Without the guilt and shame of being divorced, people are more likely to divorce.
In short, many couples that would have previously remained married now choose divorce, according to attorneys.com. These failed relationships are rising every decade, not because we are getting worse at marriage or relationships, rather because divorce and cohabitation are more acceptable, and being happy in a relationship is the new standard. As we drop our judgments on divorce, people will have more freedom to leave a relationship that is painful and unfulfilling. However, they still won't know what they did to contribute to the breakdown of their relationship or how to have better results the next time around, which is why second and third marriages have a higher failure rate.
Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Marcus Bird. As you can see in this iceberg image, only 10% of the iceberg is above the surface of the water. 90% of the iceberg is below the water. This is also where the bulk of the iceberg is and is responsible for where the current takes the iceberg. Our beliefs drive our lives, much like the current drives an iceberg. In this way, our conscious is similar to an iceberg. Most people are only aware of 10% of their beliefs. However, 90% of what they believe is unconscious to them. But it is the unconscious mind that is driving their decisions and the direction of their lives, regardless of what they consciously think they want to have happen or believe.
Let me give you an example. If you tell me that you believe that God is good, loves you, and has a perfect plan for your life, however, you consistently experience negative emotions such as anxiety, frustration, depression, powerlessness, anger, or fear, then you absolutely do not believe what you think you believe. For our beliefs create after their own kind. When you believe that God loves you, is for you, and has a plan for you, the fruit of those beliefs are love, peace, patience, joy, freedom, and empowerment.
If you only knew who walks beside you on this journey that you have chosen, fear would be impossible. A Course in Miracles. The good news is that it is entirely possible to lower the water level and raise our consciousness so we can begin to make the necessary changes in our beliefs that will lead to different results and allow us to achieve our dreams.
Let's talk about the Course objectives. This is a course to develop higher consciousness for the purpose of love and healing. In this program, you will learn how to experience deeper love, intimacy, and happiness through a custom-designed relationship vision, compassionate communication, a new paradigm of love, repurposing your relationship, overriding fear, total forgiveness, and greater spiritual intimacy. Yes! Here's how it works.
The course contents include: number 1, you will receive 7 recorded modules. The first is this orientation module. Then you will receive a new module on the first and third Monday of each month. There are closed-eyed exercises in every module, so plan on watching these in a quiet, private space. There are many slides like these that you can download and refer back to.
Number 2, you will be able to participate in 6 Q&A group sessions. These sessions take place on the 2nd and 4th Thursday of the month from 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You will want to be on a computer or a laptop so that you can fully participate with the webinar features. We ask that you submit your questions via private messenger on the Healed, Healthy, Happy private Facebook page at least 6 hours prior to our call. You can also type questions into the chat box while on the webinar, and if we have time to answer your questions at the end, we will, but we will take the pre-submitted questions first. We also ask you to raise your hand or type a response into the chat box from time to time, so please familiarize yourself with these features prior to the call. We will be using Zoom platform for our Q&A calls, and you will receive an email reminder a few hours before we begin with a link to join the session.
Number 3, you will have 6 private one-on-one 45-minute coaching calls. Number 4, we will offer daily support on our private Facebook support group where you can post comments and ask questions.
Let's talk about 3 practices to get the most out of this program. The first is intention. Having an intention for this program and for your relationship will keep you on track to get the best results. Number 2 is prevention. Let's shut down the fear. The practice of being present, or be here now, will prevent fear from governing your life and restore a deep sense of peace and gratitude. And lastly, number 3, attention. Giving your life your full attention raises your awareness or your consciousness, which is a prerequisite for transformation to take place in any area of your life.
Let's talk about the first practice. Number 1, intention. Having an intention for this program and for your relationship will keep you on track to get the best results. In the next module, you are going to learn exactly how to create a specific intention or vision for your relationship. Abraham Lincoln said, "Determine the thing that can and shall be done, and then we shall find the way." What are you committed to cause with your partner? Or another way of asking the same question is, what do you want your relationship to look like? You can make a huge difference in your relationship, even without your partner's participation in this program. You dropped a hefty sum of cash into this program to turn your relationship around. That cash won't get you the results you long for. Your commitment and focused work are the only way to get you there. If you don't do this work now, where will your relationship be in 6 months or a year?
To set you up for the greatest success with this program, we need to be very direct with you. Our directness won't always feel good. Please understand that we recognize that you didn't hire us to coddle you. You hired us to teach you how to transform your life from broken to beautiful, from hurt to healed, or from fear to freedom. And the reality is, sometimes it won't be comfortable making the necessary changes in your behavior to get you there. Please trust us. Denise and I know what we are doing here. We are actually living the results that you long for, and we can get you there too.
Let's take a moment to raise your consciousness about how things work in the world. There are laws put into place by God that govern the world. These laws cannot be altered to accommodate your particular situation. Here's an example. If you jump off a building, you're going to hit the ground. Why? Because there is a law called gravity. The law of gravity doesn't care that you don't know it exists. You will hit the ground. The law of gravity doesn't care that you are feeling hormonal or grumpy. You are going to hit the ground. The law of gravity doesn't care that you felt special that day or that you just wanted to challenge the laws of nature to see what you can get away with. You're going to hit the ground.
Like gravity, there is also a law called the law of divine compensation, or karma. This law reveals the thoughts and behaviors that you have been sowing into your life by the results that you are currently experiencing. You will experience the exact feelings and results that match your thoughts and behaviors. You may intend to be happy. You may intend to be loving. You may intend to be a wonderful partner. But if you do not deliberately focus your mind and actions on what you are committed to causing with your partner, you will not get the results you long for. I want you to check in right now with the fruit of your relationship. Your current reality is what you have sown into your relationship. Now, this is a very hard concept to swallow, and most of us think that it's our partner's fault that we are in the mess that we're in. And this is why most people are trying to get their partner to change.
One of our favorite authors is Byron Katie. She teaches, if I think you're my problem, I'm insane. You see, most of us believe that if only he or she would change this or that, we would all be just fine. This was my belief too. I was convinced that I was being loving, and my ex-husband, Tim, was the real problem for my happiness in our relationship. However, when I looked deeply at the law of divine compensation, I saw the truth about what was really going on. While Tim's addiction presented some serious challenges for our family, I learned that I could be relatively happy regardless of his choices. I also learned that I had contributed to the breakdown in our marriage, and I needed to shift in many ways. By the time I finally walked away from Tim's unhealthiness, I had shifted my behavior from fear to love, and I was obviously happy and peaceful. So much so, he thought we were doing well. Does this make sense? I was doing well. I was happy. I was peaceful because I did the transformational work to enjoy that fruit in my life. Had Tim not been so dysfunctional with his addiction and reckless with his life, I'm sure our relationship would have been good enough that I wouldn't have left him. But that wasn't the case for us. I did leave Tim, and I went on to reap the benefits of the seeds I'd sown into my own transformation with Joe. Christian scripture teaches, you will reap what you sow. Hinduism and Buddhism teach karma, that all of life is governed by a system of cause and effect, action and reaction. Listen, if you whine, complain, blame, threaten, withdraw, correct, or attempt to control your lover, the law of divine compensation will fill your life with the rotten fruit of resentment, bitterness, separation, loneliness, anger, and pain. But if you affirm, encourage, compassionately listen, accept, empower, trust, and respect your lover, the law of divine compensation will fill your life with love, peace, joy, abundance, and fulfillment.
We invite you to look at the current fruit in your relationship to see what it is that you have been sowing there. Now, don't be discouraged. Sow new seeds, and before you know it, you'll be experiencing a harvest of love all around your life. I wonder if you can see what wonderful news this is for your life. Given this principle, you possess all the power to change your life. You don't need to get anyone else to change, which is impossible and exhausting anyway. You will hear us repeat this concept many times throughout this program, as it seems to be a huge blind spot for most couples. Having said all of that, what is your intention over the next 90 days?
You see, intention plus actions equals results. How will you need to conduct yourself in order to have your intention turn out? Being specific about these actions is very powerful.
So here are a few suggestions. Number 1, set aside quality time to do the modules in journaling, about 1.5 hours. These modules will be anywhere from 45 to 60 minutes, plus we request 30 minutes or so of journaling to document what you're learning about yourself, what's working, where you feel stuck, what's shifting, any disappointments, challenges, or wins. Schedule this time into your calendar now for the first and third Monday of each month. You will receive one module every 2 weeks in a specific order. And we're teaching precept upon precept here, so don't move into the next module until you have completed the previous module.
Number 2, set aside quality time to be on the group calls. These will be an hour long. Students will be starting this 90-day program at various times, which means you probably will be on a different module schedule than others on the group calls. It doesn't matter which module you're working on. You can ask any questions regarding your relationship or the module that you want clarification with. Your questions support the whole group.
Number 3, participate in the Healed, Healthy, Happy Facebook group every day. Post questions, conflicts, successes, encouragements, setbacks, and what you are learning. I suggest you post something from your daily journal. Please support the other students by commenting on their posts and successes as well. Number 4, schedule all 6 of your private one-on-one sessions as soon as possible. These are given on a first-come, first-served basis.
And number 5, do assigned homework in Real Passion Revolution, but you guys don't read ahead. Stay focused on the concept being taught every 2 weeks. Process your day through the filter of whatever you are learning. You will be learning many new concepts here and in Real Passion Revolution. You cannot implement all of these concepts at once. This program is set at a pace that is reasonable for your assimilation and allows enough time between sessions to implement these new concepts into your daily life. And lastly, be open and authentic with your partner.
What will keep you from doing this work over the next 90 days? Hint, what usually gets in the way of your follow-through with a commitment will present itself here. Some of these may include poor time management, lack of focus, not placing enough significance on this program to transform your happiness in your relationship, wanting to stay in your comfort zone, taking on more than you can handle well and making this program last on your list of priorities, putting other people's needs before your healing, happiness, and relationship, and lastly, and a big one, fear of doing this work.
Remember, this program is only 90 days. Isn't your relationship, your health, and your happiness worth hitting the pause button on your regularly scheduled life to get the results you long for? What will you need to give up to make time for this work? It could be drinking, maybe going out with friends, or your favorite TV show, shopping, wasting your life away on social media. Perhaps it's oversleeping, or a child-focused home. You may need to slow down your child's activities or put them to bed early to fully participate in this program. I am sure that your children would prefer happy parents and a secure home over their participation in yet another activity that they will likely forget by the time they graduate from school.
Practice number 2, prevention. Be here now. The practice of being present, or be here now, will prevent fear from governing your life and restore a deep sense of peace and gratitude. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. Lao Tzu. All of our answers and resources are in the present moment. We often miss what we are looking for because we are so wrapped up in the past or in the future. So first, we want to be present. Grounding yourself in the present moment will remind you that you are okay right now. Second is gratitude. Gratitude is a great tool to ground yourself in the present. Third, put your phone in airplane mode. Give us your full attention. And fourth, we recommend being still. Sit in stillness or meditate for 10 to 20 minutes prior to getting on a module or a group call or even a private coaching session. Consider your intention for those sessions. This is really powerful. The present is powerful. Jesus said, "The kingdom of God is at hand. The kingdom of heaven is within. The kingdom of heaven is here. The kingdom of heaven is now." Jesus was teaching people about being present. Experiencing heaven on earth is only possible in the present moment.
Let's do an exercise. I invite you to close your eyes and take several deep breaths. Which feeling is the strongest in your body right now? Is it excitement? Perhaps fear? Powerlessness? Maybe you have anxiety or anticipation. Maybe you're full of joy. Do you feel grateful or hopeless or hopeful? Maybe you feel peaceful. Locate this feeling in your body. Place your hand on your body where you hold this energy. Now, breathe deeply into your hand and tell your body that all is well, that you are just fine in this moment. Breathe deeply into your hand again. Open your eyes. Now look around. Are all of your needs met in this moment? Do you have shelter? Do you have access to food? Are you safe right now? Do you have the freedom to make choices for yourself? Do you have at least one person in your life who loves you? This is the present moment. Nothing else exists. The past does not exist. There are no regrets, no offenses, no shame from the past unless you choose it. The future does not exist. There are no nightmares waiting for you unless you choose it. Remember, this moment is the future you were so worried about in the past. You are here. You are only here. You are fine. Whenever your peace is disturbed, take yourself through this exercise to return to the present moment and notice your energy shift.
Practice number 3, attention. Merging attention and intention accomplishes our desired results. Awareness is the greatest alchemy there is. Just go on becoming more and more aware, and you will find your life changing for better in every possible dimension. Osho. Awareness benefits. We cannot change what we are unaware of. This is a process and exercise in becoming aware of those automatic, subconscious beliefs, behaviors, and fears that are wreaking havoc on your relationship. Awareness will keep you on course as well as let you know where you have taken a detour. That's also known as feedback.
Are you aware of your core wounds? Did you know that you have at least one core wound? Awareness will heal your core wounds.
What are your fears? Did you know that when you get upset in any way, you are reacting to fear? Awareness will silence your fears.
Love, true love begets love. If you are being loving, your partner will respond with love. If you are being critical, your partner will withdraw and become defensive. If you are being critical, you are in a state of fear rather than a state of love. You simply cannot get pissed at someone who is being loving toward you. Awareness will let you know if you are being loving or not.
Are you aware of your partner's energy? Awareness allows you not only to become aware when their energy shifts, but then to investigate to discover which of their fears needs to be addressed. And awareness will allow you to support and empower your partner.
Do you have any idea what you have been doing or not doing to undermine your relationship? Awareness will allow you to interrupt your toxic behaviors so your relationship has a chance to heal. Do you regularly check in with your partner to see how they would rate their relationship with you? Awareness will keep your relationship healthy by avoiding assumptions and projecting your level of happiness or unhappiness onto your partner.
Let me give you an example. A powerful technique that I learned from my ex-wife Ingrid was to do a little check-in with each other regarding how we were feeling about our relationship on a scale of 1 to 10. I remember clearly the first time Ingrid asked me to rate my relationship with her. I thought for a moment and I replied, an 8. I then asked her to rate her relationship with me. She replied 3 or a 4. I don't really remember exactly, as I was in shock that her number was so low. I remember thinking how impossible that rating sounded. After all, she was married to me. Houston, we have a problem. Obviously, I hadn't created an intention for our relationship. I wasn't paying attention to her signals of unhappiness, and I wasn't being present enough to notice our failing relationship.
Can you see how important it is to implement these 3 practices into your relationship? So, in conclusion, you will get the most out of this program with these 3 practices. Number 1, intention. Setting goals keeps you on track to get the most out of this program as well as your life. Number 2, prevention. Be here now. Restores peace and gratitude. And number 3, attention. Awareness is the prerequisite for and catalyst for transformation. Joe and I are committed to equipping you with powerful and effective tools to facilitate personal healing and happiness, which will impact your relationship in a powerful way.
We cannot guarantee that your relationship will survive the effects of the wounds that the two of you have inflicted on each other. While that is entirely possible and has happened for many couples, what we can promise is that if you do this work that we're laying out for you to do in this program, you will be a much healthier and happier person yourself. Being a healthier, happier person will have a tremendous impact on your relationship. You will be equipped to have deeper intimacy. You will be able to love yourself and others in such a way that all of your relationships will change for the better.
Here's the next steps. Remember to set an alarm on your phone or calendar for these sessions. Please introduce yourself in the Facebook group, and we've provided the link here. Schedule your 6 private coaching sessions, 2 per month, and here's the link for that. Add the group Q&A dates to your calendar every second and fourth Thursday at from 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You'll receive 1 new module link every first and third Monday via email.
We're excited for this new chapter of your life as you learn these powerful tools that will bring you deeper love, intimacy, and happiness.
We look forward to supporting you on your private one-on-one coaching sessions, as well as being on the group calls with you for some Q&A time.
There's a Chinese proverb that asks, when is the best time to plant a tree? The answer is 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. My friends, now is the time for your healing. And
Welcome to the revolution.